I got four things here. Random items. And I'll make some sounds with them as well, but first thing I got, a lot of you probably remember this. This is the Netflix disc for instant streaming. This is the PS3 one, so you had to get this if you joined Netflix and you wanted to do streaming back then. You had to put this into your system. Do not return to Netflix. Obviously not. I did not. Use every time to watch instantly. So you needed this to stream. They would send this to you, and I used this before. Like I said, the app, I don't know exactly how it worked. I can't remember how it worked back then, but I'm pretty sure I would have used it a few times, but a pretty classic thing to have. I mean, this has to be at least, I don't even know. It's over 10 years old, maybe like 12, 13, 14 years, I don't know. I might have gotten this in 2011 maybe, or something, I don't know. Kind of pretty cool. A lot of you might remember this though. Having this in the earlier days of Netflix, when they started, I say earlier streaming days of Netflix. They obviously did their. I used to get obviously rent movies from Netflix as well, the physical ones. Second thing here is obviously you would have seen, it's the PSP. This is the one I got in back in May. I was actually playing before. I gotta get a new charger for it. Or the battery. This did not have a battery when I got it. I picked up a generic battery. That doesn't even fit fully in there, so I have to take the battery cover off, but I enjoyed the PSP quite a bit back in the day. I had one. I think I got one in like 07 or something, the first one I had. I think this would be the third one I've had. It was always a cool system. Like, it was just cool. You play music off and stuff. You can have a memory card in here. Your memory card would go in there. I had some downloadable games on here as well, I believe, at a point that I think have since put on the Vita, on the memory card I have in there, like the one Corpse Party game. I don't think that came specifically from the PSP. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But yeah. It was always a cool little system. This one isn't in the best of shape, but it was cheap. I think it was like $60-something. I knew you need to get a better charger for it though, because either this battery just sucks, which is also possible because it was cheap, or I need a better charger. I was also trying to charge it through USB, so I do have a charger that would work with this that I have for the same thing. I'm pretty sure the Slim PS2 has the same thing. I think that charger I could use on here if I want to charge it up quickly. But it's cool. You know, I have the 3 games for it now. Well, technically more, because when I got it, this. But I did pick up a couple of games. It came with Hostel Part 2, a movie, and it came with this NBA. It literally just says NBA game, and there was these two I picked up. Field Commander and Virtua Tennis. It was this World Tour. I got these from Easton Gaming. cases for them. I just put them in this thing. I think I might have brought this with me to Florida where I was going to. I don't know. And it came with SOCOM Fireteam Bravo as well, so a couple of extras in there. Oddly enough, the movies are a little pricey. I didn't think they would be. And I have Prince of Persia in the system, so I didn't think they would be that. The Forgotten Sands. This one's pretty fun, actually. I was playing this earlier as well, but it always had a nice design. I always thought this thing had a nice design. Decent screen. I think the screen might be like 4 inches. This little nub. I want to pick up some more games for it. Not expensive ones, but what else? Cool little system though. I had the first time I had it, I had like Pursuit Force, which is a cool game when you're just like jumping for like a cop or some shit. And you're jumping from car to car and shit, like grabbing, knocking people out and stuff. I had Silent Hill Origins on there, the prequel to the first one, which I'm pretty sure they ported over the PS2, both versions. Although actually the PS2 version's like well over $100. I want to say the PSP version is only like $15. I did complete that game, and that was a good game. I like that one. I had like a couple other games too. I can't remember what. And then I got another one. I think I had purchased it myself. This had to be maybe 2014. They still were selling them at Best Buy, and it was like $100, I think, for a new one. This is the model, the Model 1000, I think. One, right? It was 1, 2, and 3. I think they did like 2003. I forget. 1001 or 20. That one I got was the latest model at the time, and I had like $15 off, so I got it for like under $100. And then my fiance for like Easter had got me, which I still wish I had the one game, but she got me a Castlevania X Chronicles. I think it was like, I want to say it was Symphony of the Night. And no, was it? Maybe it was Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood. It was Rondo of Blood, definitely. And Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which was also cool. I wish I still had that because that's much more of an expensive game. I think it's more expensive on the PS2 as well. But anyway, PSP is a cool system. It's the better handheld, I think, than the Vita. I think the Vita's great, but the Vita just, Sony gave up on the Vita very quickly, and I don't know what they were trying to make the Vita seem like it was, but they did not do a good enough job really promoting it and shit. But anyway, up next here is, these were my original from when I was a kid. Super Mario Bros. Super Show. This is 2 ones. This is the Great BMX Race and the Great Gladiator Gig. This started with Lou Albano. Captain Lou Albano was Mario. I forget who played Luigi. And they would be hanging out in the beginning, doing their thing, and then Monday through Thursday it would be episodes of the Mario Brothers, and they'd be doing whatever the fuck they do. And then Friday was always the day that was great because it would be the Zelda. They'd play Zelda on Fridays. I remember watching before going to school. I'm pretty sure this aired in like 89, it says here, so I probably would have been watching this maybe 5th, 6th grade, 4th, depending on how long it went, the show. I don't know. Zelda was great. I love Zelda. The Zelda show was stupid now you look at it. But, excuse me, princess. Link talked in the show, yes. It was him, Zelda again. I was in there and stuff. The fairy. I always like the Zelda one more. These ones are fine too, but I can't believe I still have these. I have a tape, but it doesn't. I should have just grabbed it, but it doesn't have the sleeve. Of Zelda. I have one of those episodes. I mean, you can find these on Tubi. You can find them on YouTube. Pretty classic. If you're my age, a little younger, a little older, you probably remember this. Now, last thing I have here is something you would. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show this real quick too, because it's sitting here. I grabbed this. I have two of these. You would have seen this one in a garage sale pickup that I got. This is the PlayStation Mini. I think I got this. It had two controllers, which I think it came with two controllers because I had bought this from Best Buy for $20, which it sells for a lot more than that now. So, and then this one I got. It was this, the controllers, and two. Well, it was a couple of the PlayStation 4 VR games and the two. What do they call their motion controller? They were using it back in the PS3 as well. I have them still. I gotta use them for videos. They make a good prop. I forget what they called them though. They had the little light up thing on the top of it. But this is the other one I got. It's cool. PlayStation Mini's cool. A lot of people were disappointed in the game selection they had for this. I want to say there's 20 games. Now, for me personally, I wasn't that disappointed because, like I said in the past a million times, I had no experience with the PlayStation back then. I had a Nintendo 64. I played it at friends' houses here and there, but nothing crazy. Came across one later, played Silent Hill on it, but still didn't have a lot of experience with it. So a lot of people who did have it were like, "This isn't," weren't satisfied with the game selection. I could see why. Or somebody didn't play, like Final Fantasy VII's on there, Metal Gear Solid. I did a gameplay on some of the games on this. I can't even remember those two. There was was there a Ridge Racer on here? Wild Arms 3, maybe? Or maybe it was just the first Wild Arms. Actually, I think it was just the first Wild Arms on here. Resident Evil was on here. I think it was the director's cut one they put on here. There was a puzzle game that I think I played on here as well. I can't remember what it was called. There's a fighting game. Is it Street Fighter or something else? I don't know. Might have been one of the Tekkens, maybe. I can't remember, but it might have been Tekken 2 or something. But people didn't like it. The cool thing about this, and I have one, it was actually a gift. If whoever got that gift for me, I forget who. I have the slip still somewhere. If they still watch it, once again, if you see this video, thanks again. They got me the one thing. They had these little memory cards. I still have it. Obviously, I've used it quite a bit. These little thumb drives, USB drives. I think there was the meth pack and the crackhead pack. You can't find them now. These were on Amazon at the time. But they have like 100 games on them. And that was awesome. Plug it right in, boom. You have all the access to a ton of PlayStation games, which is really cool. And that has a bunch on it, but a cool little thing that at the $20 was a great deal. I need to eventually sell this one. It came with an HDMI cable, but I'm pretty sure it did not come with a power supply, which is bizarre. And also, I think people don't have better. I'm pretty sure it did not come with a power supply. But you can use the Vita power supply for this thing. But definitely cool, PlayStation Mini. I wish I would have gotten the Genesis Mini. This is Genesis Mini, TurboGrafx Mini, obviously NES Mini, Super NES Mini. There's a Commodore 64 Mini as well, which is not expensive. I'm always looking at it on Amazon, but I never get it. I mean, the TurboGrafx one, I think was $100 when it came out, which is nuts. I think the Genesis, Super Nintendo, and NES ones were at the time when they came out were like 60 or 70. This one was this one pushing $100 too? I'm not sure. I don't think it was. But I got, like I said, I got it for 20. I don't know why I just looked at this. Anyway, last thing here today is I did some reading videos on these a while back. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and this is Scary Stories 3. I do not have the second one. I have another copy of the first one, the bigger one. Reading level 4.5. Everybody knows these books. If you're my age, older, younger, a little bit, not too much younger. You got the crazy illustrations in here. Who are they by? Stephen Gammell did the illustrations. These are collected from Folklore and retold by Alan Schwartz. They made the movie as well. It came out in like 2019. But I was hoping to see a sequel for, but here's a classic one, The Big Toe. Where's my toe? I remember like these I got these back when I had my original ones. Back in the day, I would have gotten these from the Scholastic Book Fairs. And you get this shit. You're buying these things when you're like, I'm buying these things when I'm like 8 years old. Like, I don't even think I was bugged out by these at the time. Maybe I was. I think like there's a great documentary on these, how like some libraries and schools like ban them because of the drawings and stuff. And then they re-released them later on, and I think it was minus the drawings. But they were cool. Some of these are legitimately creepy too, these stories. Like I said, a lot of them are folklore and urban legends and stuff. I did do a reading. There's the Hook one. High beams, the person's in the back seat. I don't know if some of these were original stories too by the guy. The Viper is here to wipe your windows. They did an episode of G.I. Joe with that too. The Slithery T. These are classics. I don't think I only had the first two back when I was a kid. I don't remember having the third one. I do not have the second one now. Harold, he ended up in the movie, I believe. When was this one? This says 91. It might have been older. No, maybe not, because it would have told you in there. I'll have to look at the other one in a second, if that's it. Cool books. This was in the movie as well. Spiders busting out of her face. Classic kind of books, though. Creepy stuff, especially when you're younger. Let me see when this one was. This will probably have the original one, too. This can't be the... Yes, it says 81, text 81, so this one's a lot older than the other one. Mitai Dodie Walker was also in the movie. The Big Toe might have been in there too, but it was like in the stew or something, right? Yeah, I think so. Cool books, though. I gotta get the second one. These all came from garage sales. You used to be able to, I don't know if you still can, like if you sold the 3 of these together, you'd do pretty well. They have since lost value, but I remember you could sell like the 3 of them like $30. And now if you're picking these up at garage sales, I was getting these garage sales 50 cents, $1 max. You're doing pretty well money-wise, but they don't have the value they have. They re-released them over the years with different covers, minus the illustrations, and they brought the illustrations back. Because it's funny, people remember the illustrations more than the stories. Yeah, and stories are pretty good. But yeah, that's just a show and tell of some random stuff here. And then I threw the PlayStation Mini in. I kind of want to do random show and tells, just grab other things that I have and just talk about them briefly and whatnot. But anyway, thanks for checking this out.